Hello one, hello all, it's the gothiest ghost of them all, Caspa in the flesh, and it's time for a review of Benny the Butcher. Everybody can't go. This is the latest album from Griselda's own Benny the Butcher, who we last heard from on his fourth installment of the Tana Talk series, which I definitely loved, which I thought was his best yet. With great storytelling, stellar production, finally crafting a knack for hooks, and better songwriting overall, and I feel some of that carries on to here. But the production definitely does, single-handedly done by Hit Boy, who collabed with Nas, who made the fantastic King's Disease series. If you haven't heard those albums, check those out, especially 2 and 3. Thank me later. And 3 should have got a Grammy, but I digress. And one thing I loved about the last project was not only the tangibility within the storytelling, how word for word you felt like you were there, and that does again carry on to this album as well, but also the features too. Benny knew what features fit best for each track. It's like he had careful consideration of what rapper would complement each track. And unfortunately, that's very inconsistent here. And while there is a monstrous onslaught of wordplay from Lil Wayne on Big Dog, with great thematic tie-ins, and also 1 foot in with a very solid hook. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. As Benny raps about his come up in the rap game while discreetly having his foot in the coke game as well. With very witty bars like, "Everybody can't go, you probably won't make it. I whipped that powder to glaciers and found the oasis." And a very tight feature from Stove God on here as well. I feel Stove God has really become a great asset to a Griselda project. But unfortunately, those are the last highlights feature-wise on this album. And the thing is, this album is very feature-heavy. And unfortunately, I feel the features are what weigh this album down. Which is a shame because I feel Benny is bringing lyrical heat on these tracks. Like on the title track. Weed legal, I got a greenhouse growing packs. The farmer cutting the hair off like it's Doja Cat. And the title track has classy, soulful boom bap production. But unfortunately, the hook on here is super weak. It's one ear, out the other, and does not have that epic quality and that passion that this track deserves. And also there's a weird bar at the end where Benny likens his victory to Trump if he runs again, which is kinda odd due to the fact that Trump's policies are to execute drug dealers, and how he just passes that off so nonchalantly. Ugh, not a good look. And not a reality I want. And there's also Back Again, which is honestly a missed opportunity as you have the legendary Snoop Dogg on here, and the production is very grimy, very Cali style. It's a decent hook, but we barely get anything out of Snoop other than the hook. Like, we just get him just talking at the end and just dragging the track on, while this could have been a verse. And Pillow Talk and Slander, I love the production on this. The String Kiss trap beat is great. I think Jadakiss really delivers a cold-blooded verse here, sounding raspy as ever. But damn if Babyface Ray doesn't ruin it with his lethargic vocal performance. Which, again, another missed opportunity. And you also have, as most of these albums do, a Griselda posse cut. The verses are decent, but the production just kind of drags on, unfortunately. But the weakest track on here has to be Big Tymers with Peasy, who vocally I found underwhelming, but also is Benny rapping with auto-tune on here, and why does this sound like a 21 Savage throwaway? But this album does have highlights though, I will admit. The opener is a very compelling story from Benny, with his history of, you guessed it, cocaine. With these gorgeous, lavish, somber pianos. The weariness and the ghostliness of the vocals give it that very reminiscent feel. And not only rapping about dealing it, but also watching his family succumb to drug addiction. and the casualties that come with the business, the do's, the don'ts, and simultaneously the prowess in rap, which I feel correlates to 1 Foot In, as I alluded to earlier. And we also have some very triumphant production on some of these tracks, such as BRON, and the very anthemic and powerful How to Rap, where Benny shares his knowledge of the rap game, on how to carry on a powerful, successful career in rap, which is definitely an interesting change of pace, as he acknowledges on the tracks, saying, you thought this was going to be about coke, but no, I'm teaching you how to prosper in the hip-hop game, about being consistent, sharpening your craft, being smart of the business side, of the street side, and definitely knowledge that I hope does not fall on deaf ears, and rappers should take notes. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a decent album. It's not a terrible one, but it's not a great one either, because while Benny is a polished MC, and he is proving to be that, and Hit Boy is proven to be a great producer, you would think that the collaboration would be fireworks, but next time around, we need more solid features. And again, while there was great song structures on the last album, it's inconsistent. It doesn't really carry on here as much as I'd like it to. So perhaps more solid songs next time around. But yeah, I'm feeling a 3 out of 5 on this album. Yeah, 3 out of 5. But if you've checked this album out, what do you think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And why? And that's it. Caspa, Gothic Ghost, Benny the Butcher. Everybody can't go till we meet again.